So this question is asking you to work with a star, so in other words, explain everything clearly. It's asking you to work with the area of the shape, so that's your trigger. So basically we're having to create a formula for, or an equation, sorry, for the area of the shape. How do you know it's going to be an equation? Well, we've got loads of x's and they're asking us to work out a length. So in other words, they're asking us to work out the value of x to find out the longest side of the shape. It's talking about area. So we've got a compound shape here made up of two rectangles. It's up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to split the shape this way, but it really doesn't matter which way you split it. You'll get the same answer whichever way. So we know that this rectangle here, the area of this is going to be found by doing 2x times. Now again, always as the advice is that when you have got two or more terms, you put them inside a bracket while you're doing the multiplication to check you get the right answers. So the area of this one, we're doing 2x times x and 2x times 4. It's a plus because of the plus there, so plus 8x. So that's the area of that bit there. This one here, well, we know the length of it. We just need to work out the height of it. Well, they've told us that all the way here is 2x plus 5. So we're literally doing 2x plus 5, take away the x plus 4. And that'll then tell us what this length is here. Well, 2x take away x leaves us with an x. And then we've got 5 take away 4, which leaves us with 1. So this side will be plus 1. So the area of this shape here, we're going to be doing a double bracket because we've got two terms with two or more parts. So 4x minus 3 times x plus 1. Lots of ways of working that out. So 4x take away 3 timesing x plus 1. So we've got x times 4x, 4x squared, x times negative 3, negative 3x, positive 1 times 4x, 4x, positive 1 times negative 3, negative 3. Like terms together. So this one gives me an area of 4x squared. 4x take away 3x leaves us with a positive x, take away 3. Okay, so again, we're explaining what we're doing. Start question. So we're working out the area of that, we're working out the area of that, and this is the length of that. So basically we've explained where we've got all our numbers from and letters and things like that. So now we're going to go through the rest of the question. We know that the total area then is going to equal 4x squared plus x take away 3 plus 2x squared plus 8x. Those were the two areas of the rectangles. We add them together, we get the total area. Well, we can simplify this down. So we've got 4x squared plus 2x squared, which is 6x squared. We've got an x plus 8x, which is plus 9x. And then we've got to take away 3, nothing else happening to it, so take away 3. And it told us that the total area was 102. So we can look at this and think, well, this is a quadratic. So we've got lots of ways of solving quadratics. The first thing to do on this case, because it's not about completing the square or anything because of the way they've written the question, so we'd rewrite this as 6x squared plus 9x, take away 105 equals 0. We take away 102 from there, so we take away 102 from there, make that 0, that becomes negative 105. Although this is on a calculator paper and the formula would seem a reasonable approach, at the end of the day, at this stage with this kind of question, factorising is normally going to work. So you could try factorising this, and therefore we think of 105 and its prime factors. So 5 goes into here 21 times, 21 goes into here 3 times and 7 times. So the prime factors are 5, 3 and 7. So the ways we can make 105 are going to be 15, 5 times 3 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35 times 3. So there's lots of ways that we could make 105. And obviously 1 times 105 as well. It's negative, so one of these would have to be a negative. We've got 6x squareds and we want to make 9x in there. So we've got lots of ways we can make 6x squared. So we could have a bracket going 6x and x there, and we could have 3x and 2x. What we've got to do is kind of work it through. What we do know though, that whatever these two numbers at the end are, they're going to be these combinations. And whatever they do with the 3, they've got to come up with 9 at the end of it. So when we look at this then, we can see 15 and 7, 7 6 is 42, take away 5 doesn't give me 9, 3 times 35 doesn't seem to be working here. So if I look at the next one, then we've got 7 3s are 21, and 15 times 45 take away 21 doesn't give me 9, so that doesn't seem to work. So which combination is going to do it? So we've got 3x so we've also got 21 times 5, of course, so let's make sure that doesn't work. No, it doesn't seem to work. Bear with us. So let's have a look. Okay. Yeah. So 6 times 5 is 30, and 9 times 1 is 21 is that. So 30 take away 21 is 9. So if we have plus 21 and take away 30, no, that's the wrong way around. So I'd have plus 5 there and take away 21 there. 6x's times x is 6x squared. Take away 21x's from 30x's, 6x's times 5 is 30x, take away 21x is 9x, and negative 21 times 5 is negative 105. So that works. The formula, if you like using it, it could have been a straightforward direct answer to get, to get the answer here, but quite often these questions will factorise, and it's a bit of fun playing with numbers. So we end up with this as our factors, and therefore this is telling me that 6x take away 21 will be equal to 0, or x plus 5 is equal to 0. This tells me the answer is negative 5. This tells me the answer is going to be, well, 6x has got to be the equivalent to 21. So 1x has got to be 21 divided by 6. So 21 divided by 6 is 3.5. That's the only positive answer. So x is going to be 3.5 centimetres. So because we've got that, we can then go back to the question, make sure we've done what they wanted. They said work out the length of the longest side. All right, so the longest side we can see from here would be the 4x take away 3. So we go through and we do 4 times 3.5 take away 3. Well, 4 times 3.5 is 14. 12, 14, yeah, take away 3 is 11. So quickly check that nothing's going to be bigger. Well, actually, 2x plus 5. So 2x plus 5, well, that's going to give me 2x plus 5 is going to be 2 times 3.5 plus 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. So we've been really careful that we've checked that looked like it was the longest side. When we actually work it out, it gives us an answer of 11. When we work out this one, it gives us an answer of 12. So 12 centimetres must be the answer. Again, it's about recognising, isn't it, that when they say not accurately, we've got to be careful that we don't get fooled by the shape of the picture. So the final answer here is 12. So this question, quite a lot of working to do. Start question, show it all out, work out the area of each by doing your classic length times the width. When you get your component parts together, you get a quadratic, make it equal to 0 and solve it with whatever technique you like. Factorising quite often works with this kind of question. If it doesn't, then you know you've got your formula. You could have found the x value by saying that it's minus 3b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where you get your a and b values from the formula given to you at the front of the exam board. So in this question, a would be worth 6, b would be worth 9, and c would be worth negative 105. And then you put those numbers into the formula, and you'd have got these two answers. You'd have got the answer of negative 5 and the answer of positive 3.5. So either way, you'd get the x answer. So that's how you could solve this kind of question.